classic cry, the cri de coeur, the money ran out, but it's great to see his career revived, and you can see why he's super popular at the moment in the camp. He may be about to make the move up the Mistral Straight, certainly almost impossible for Nigel Moore to see it, but he knows full where he is. He couldn't see him in the side mirrors, now he can, and he's going to have to go the outside round, but line around seems still a distance to go to the end of the straight, and the blue and red United Autosports car should be in front, but Nigel Moore's not choosing to back out and holds the lead into the corner. It was a case of Boyd having to back off a little bit, most particularly because one of the sister cars, but from the P2 class, is sweeping through as well, so very busy stretch of circuit just there.
Might be saying to Anders, that's going to be a lot though for the day. Try and keep it clean from this point on. Well, we had an hour already, by the way.
Exactly, and particularly if you're his teammate saying, I'm doing the bit where you need the headlights.
Yes,
that's Dennis Anderson would be very nervous in the paddock.
Yeah, they have to make sure that it all plugs in and works from an electrical point of view, because many times at Le Mans, for instance, headlights have just gone out.
Thing to aim at, you take a step-by-step approach, you pick up your pace, your team picks up its pace, and you may, if you're good enough, get that the golden door open to the opportunity of racing at Le Mans. And for someone to have two careers, as a racing driver and as a film actor, of course it's a tantalising prospect, and I think it's really been a sort of massive feature of the European Le Mans Series, and a brilliant feature.
And if they do meet a bit of traffic, that clumping that oh so often happens for LMP3s and GTs, then maybe Romain's going to be in a slightly better position. Change of order a moment or two ago, with up the inside of Rob Hodes went Eric Trouillet, and it was Trouillet who started a long way back, remember, in the middle order of the GTEs, but Hodes has got back in front of him, and in fact Trouillet is going to do exactly the same overtake on the following lap. So there's confirmation that the 10 had got back in front. He's going to try and do that again on the exit of turn 4. So this is a real yin and yang battle. It's switching and changing every other corner. Oh, and they're going to door bang as well. I'd like to see that contact into the braking zone, and that actually flicked up the rear left wheel arch of Rob Hodes' car. It snapped back into position, thankfully.
The fact is, here in the circuit, Algarve International Circuit, there are points at which there may be contact because people are trying to overtake, and that's great. You know, we frankly want tracks where there is scope to make a passing manoeuvre, and suddenly there's a really good little battle shaping up in P3. Tom Cloet, he's lost the position. He had a bit of a wobble a couple of corners earlier going out of turn number 8, and that meant advantage to the chasing Martin Hipper. Martin running second in the championship.
For the Ligier European Series, back again for 2021, and another stepping stone eventually to the 24 Hours of Le Mans, probably via the Michelin Le Mans Cup and the ELMS, and great to have all three of those categories on the same bill this weekend, and for the main part all year long. Now the first of the two LMP3s for Inter-Europol competition is Mattia Passini. He is ahead in turn of Martin Hipper. They're all ganging up on Rory Penttinen, and Penttinen is wide in the number 9 Graf car and loses both places to the Polish squad.
The end of Claudio's time in the car.
Nose to tail between the RLRM sport car of Alex Capadia doing the chasing, and Julian Falcaro with Andreas Lascaratas just ahead as well, and Capadia's going to go for it up the inside, and Falcaro just didn't have the time to react there.
Nicely done.
Long way back, but if you're going to go for an overtake at 14, you've got to be committed, and that is the way to do it. And Guido van der Roman Rusinov's car almost cannot make the pit lane. Guido has got there, and also into the pits is Sean Galail. John Fowl back in the pits as well for G-Drive Racing. So leading the race is Phil Hansen. I'm trying to locate his car.
He's about 6th or 7th back in this bunch.
I got him. Number 22, the larger of the United Autosports machines, but the race appears now to be led by another United Autosports car, and that will be Rob Weldon, who's got ahead of Martin Hipper at the restart, with Eric Trouillet going the other way. And Max Cobalt making a bit of a nuisance of himself as well. There's a lead change in LMP3. Finally, Mathieu de Barbois makes it stick, running into turn 1, but Rob Weldon's not going to take that line down. So he tries to the outside line. Richard Bradley's tucked in behind these two as well. Second place overall. Very busy indeed for 3 cars exiting turn 4. And it might be now that Mathieu de Barbois does make that stick, because Richard Bradley will get up alongside one and both of them. I thought for a second the P2 car might end up between the two LMP3 leaders.
This is how it happened. Turn 1, round the outside.
Very good.
Yeah, absolutely. He must have got a great run down through the start-finish straight. Did wonder whether or not just the
corner where in an LMP2, almost the faster you go, the better you're going to go through that corner, because the invisible hand of downforce helps you out an awful lot. It is 3 abreast on the Mistral straight in LMP3, and that's not quite for the race lead, but the middle order is going to change an awful lot as they crest the rise. Round the outside is the recovering Jim Maguire car, in fact, so he's trying to stay out of this as much as possible as the rest of the field funnel through. Tom van Rompuy right at the front of that little pack for third, DKR Engineering.
And in the mix there, both of the cool racing cars with Mo Smith and Jean-Ludovic Fubert made their way past the number 3 car, did well to just stay out of that.
They are many seconds apart currently, but Nicholas Nielsen could well be chipping away at that Charlie Eastwood lead, and probably similar speeds actually. Nielsen might just have the edge. And then Alex Peroni, the Australian driver from Tasmania, running for Algarve Pro Racing in his 3rd event of this season for the Portuguese squad. Meanwhile, down towards the 2nd Lesmo is the RLR M Sport car of Michael Jensen. Only one headlight working on that car, I noticed, or is it just, it might be one of the dive planes actually that has whipped back across the headlight lens and meant it looks like it's not working, but it is beneath the carbon fibre. So some damage on the front left corner of car number 5. And behind him is a hard charging Voisin with Jean-Ludovic Fubert now in the Brits wheel track. So Fubert was overtaken for 4th position. In comes to the pit lane Sebastian Page for Graf Racing, a little further around the Parabolica, and that's a good overtake for Bailey Voisin on Michael Jensen in the braking area for the Parabolica. We'll give him 3rd in class.
3rd in class. 6.3 seconds, 55 from the 77. JMW Motorsport with reigning champion Miguel Molina making a guest appearance here. He's a further 12 seconds back, the JMW car. Martin Rump for the Absolute Racing car, 2.7 seconds back again. Miguel Jensen pushing hard, closing in on Rump in the Castle Racing car. If everything stopped right here, an automatic invitation rather to the Le Mans 24 Hours in 2023. And we already know, Johnny, one team that will be going to Le Mans in 2023 after yesterday's Michelin Le Mans Cup race, GMB Motorsport from Denmark. Their trio of Hondas completing a podium sweep. Don't know yet which of those cars will be the championship winner, but one of them will be, and that secures an entry to Le Mans.
Yeah, so fabulous news for them, but some decisions to be made as to which car they will appear in. Tom van Rompuy trying to go for the race lead. No, he's just damage, I suppose, that Duncan Tappy and Ferdinand Axberg are doing to themselves.
Correct.
In that intermingling that they're trying to dice for 2nd place, but forgetting that neither of them are leading the race right now.
And it is allowing the straight to die progress of Nicholas Croydon to pay dividends. It's just going to mean whatever happens in that scrap between the 3 cars battling for 2nd position, the battle for 1st is going to be some little way further down the road. It's the 2 and the 14. This is a battle for 2nd position in LMP3. 14 up the inside here. Josh Cahill losing position to Matthias Kaprich. And United's 1-2 becomes United 1-3. For 5th, Nico Pignot and Rui Andrade. And then we've got a trio of battling LMP3 cars.
2 of which from Euro International, so mightily impressive from Glenn Font-Berlo, who started the number 10 car, and that was counter to what I was expecting, because that car's not been in for a pit stop, so they must have started with Glenn Font-Berlo.
They did.
Sucked along, but I don't think Leo Weiss is quite close enough. Plus, Ducan's exit out of 6 and 7 was just superb. Not seen an LMP3 car do that pretty much all race, and it was the dart down the inside. Classic stuff. Saw Colin Noble pull a move off like that yesterday in the Le Mans Cup.
Clean as a whistle,
yep.
Absolutely surgical. Kimura makes his way by Derek de Boer in that 59 Aston Martin.
Side by side for the LMP3 lead, Torsten Kratz in the white car, Matthew Richard Bell in the dark blue. And Matthew Bale to the inside line of Beausset, but he's washed it out a bit too much, and there's a shoulder barge there from Torsten Kratz to give the lead back to WTM by Rinaldi. Superb stuff from these two bronze star drivers in LMP3. It's surely too much of an ask. Here's the fight for second and third again in LMP3. Adam Ali's so grateful not to be involved with this, but will it be Mathieu Lehay or will it be Julien Henrion to finish second? There's really nothing between them. Henrion is clearly the quicker car and he steps out to the left. That'll give him the inside line into Tamburello. Unless Mathieu Lehay can... Got him, surely, yes. Great car placement as well from fellow Frenchman Julien Henrion. 6 o'clock local time. 8:0 by TF. On course still for the title in LMP2, but before the full course yellow, are we going to get an overtake between the WTM and the Euro International cars? Very late on the brakes for Oscar Tunio, but he can't find a way by Adam Ali into Tora VIP, and now we are at the speed limit of 80 kph.
Well, all three title contenders in the same corner did manage to get by there, but actually overcooked it, and the Euro International Ligier managed to get back through. But edgy times here. What do? You've got to defend it, because if not, you've got your title contenders, behind you. There they both are, coming through the corner you're just leaving.
Yeah.